If we assume Hutchinson goes at 1, I am torn between Thibodeaux or Willis. I think the safe play there is to take Thibodeaux.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to swing for the fences, this is the class to do it.
So I would count him out.
Perfect. The perfect player to put in that locker room.
The only thing that I need to know, if the Detroit Lions sent 7 guys down to watch him in his pro day and talk to him, the athleticism, the tape, whatever like that is there. This isn't smoke. This is pretty much fire to the fact that
and not just
this
7
is a
guys
serious
either.
Consideration.
Without a doubt.
It wasn't just 7 guys either. Like Brad Holmes made the trip. You know,
Chris
Spielman made the trip.
Yeah,
and we saw the pictures. You know,
yeah.
So
that's
if the
point.
Lions take Thibodeaux at 2, they drafted the best pass rusher in the draft.
Right.
They did, and I'm kind of a fan of taking really good football players. I think that's a good thing. I could be wrong, but draft good football players. Period. Right? The 7 guys who go to Oregon to see Thibodeaux work out, to me, expose their hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a couple guys in the front office who are, and I've heard this, all out, like there's no chance that Thibodeaux goes to the Lions, why are they then paying for all those guys to travel out there? Like, just assume like a guy like Chris Spielman's out. Like, I have no interest in Thibodeaux and whatever there is about him. Why would he go?
Well, it's both. Couldn't it be an opposite smoke signal?
It could.
It could be a double. It could be the double turn, right? You know what I'm saying?
Anything.
If Chris Spielman goes there, they're going to really think we're going to take Thibodeaux. Let's break this down to the Red Wing organization. Chris Draper loves the guy, right? Loves the guy. Steve Yzerman's not sold on it. But you don't think Steve Yzerman's going to travel to the end of the earth with Chris Draper to watch this guy and sit down next to him and have this conversation about why he loves him and what Stevie either didn't see or what Chris didn't see, and at the end of the day, what makes the best decision
Chris,
for the
show me what you're seeing here, why you love this guy.
So to me, it's more of that relationship, that front office that we've been begging for, the due diligence, the working for it. So,
and also some of it is, hey, Kayvon, this is our culture. This is us.
See, more to it is going there. Forget about everything else in the league. This is about the Lions and about us and going in there and going, listen.
It was a character mission. They're trying to find out who this kid is.
Well, doesn't it tell you though? If they're on a character mission, it tells you they really like him as a player.
For sure.
My question to you, Scott, is plain and simple as a Lions fan. Which one of these guys, if any of them, the Thibodeaux, the Hutchinsons, the Walkers, fits in to what Detroit is doing with the McNeils and the guys that they resigned? Forget character, forget whatever, but that can add that piece to either the defensive end or the defense that is viable to go second.
I think both Hutchinson and Thibodeaux do. Hutchinson is just all-out effort, relentless. He will fit their culture perfectly. He's going to give you everything he's got. Having said that, I think Thibodeau's will pay much more immediate dividends as a pass rusher and get them off the field on third down. And it's just, are they comfortable with? You mentioned it. Are they comfortable with them as people? Are they comfortable with Thibodeau's game? And I would say yeah. I would say that the things he does and his ability to get after the quarterback is kind of rare. I don't think either of these guys is like either the Bosa brothers or Chase Young or those guys. But they're still, I think Thibodeaux is a significant step up as a pass rusher from what they currently have. I think Hutchinson is similar to as a pass rusher. There's some similarities to what they currently have, but as a run defender and a player who's going to set the edge and be super consistent, and what you're getting from him, that's what he gives you. And there's safety and security in that. Like we know when we ask him to do this, he will. And he will not get out of his gap. He will play sound football. He's going to do everything we want. So to answer the question, I think Hutchinson fits it perfectly. And I can't see I think Thibodeaux does too. It's just in different ways. Yeah. You could get a second and a third round pick for Goff after this season. So those are assets too that we got to think about. So the quarterback conversation is very much, they are in a great spot to draft a quarterback and let him sit for a year and figure it out and try to tap into that guy's upside. And that's one of the ways that I think this team gets turned around fastest is doing something like that. Now, I'm not saying it's not without risk.
Yes.
You take Willis at 2, and I know people are going to scream in the chat, but there's no quarterback who has his upside, and there's no position that's more important to an NFL franchise. And just simply put, there's no player who, if he hits his ceiling, I don't care who you take it to. If you take Kayvon Thibodeaux at 2 and he gives you 10 to 12 sacks a year for 5 years, that might get you another win or two.
Mm-hmm.
It might. If you take Malik Willis and he gets close to his upside, he's putting you in the playoffs and allowing you to contend. Assuming Hutchinson goes at 1, which I'm not totally sold that he's going at 1. But if we assume Hutchinson goes at 1, I am torn between Thibodeaux or Willis. I think the safe play there is to take Thibodeaux.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to swing for the fences, this is the class to do it. There are better pass rushers in next year's draft.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of getting a quarterback at 2 and not having to give up any capital to do it is so intriguing because you still have pick 32 and 34 and 66 and 97 this year, and you have 3 top 45 picks next year to build around him. And it is so intriguing to be able to get your quarterback and let him learn, let him sit for a year, and build all those things around him. Right now, in this moment, I would be intrigued with what Willis could bring this franchise over the next, not in year 1, but over the next 4 plus, to where I would want that with everything else that they have to build around him. But if I was feeling like I needed to hit this pick and I wanted the safety and security of getting something out of this guy right now, it would be Thibodeaux. But the Willis stuff is so intriguing.
It legitimately is. Is he worth taking that risk on? Do you think it's...
Absolutely.
So that's all we need to know.
Period.
So if you want to do it different, you want to do it like that and start it and sort of do it the
Do you want to win
Cincinnati
Super
way.
Bowls?
Like, I only sent 7 guys down there to hang out with Thibodeaux, but they had Willis. How many weeks they trained for the Senior Bowl?
They had him for a week, and they got to see him, and off the field with him is as good as it could possibly get.
So I wouldn't count him out.
Perfect. The perfect player to put in that locker room.
Yeah.
He is.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing how your minds change next week.
Give me about in 5 minutes.